Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I will be talking about my New Year's resolutions, and it is going to be the first time that I am creating a New Year's resolution video, but also the first time that I'm ever going to be vocal about my New Year's resolutions and what my goals are in general. I've never really been vocal about what my goals are in life because I have set this standard for myself, so it is my own fault, but I've set this standard for myself to be all the way up here, and I feel like I have just never really succeeded at any of my goals. And you know, like, you don't really want to be vocal about like your own failures, though it's very common for everyone to fail, but obviously it's just some sort of disappointment that I have within myself that I can't just surpass. So this year, 2023, we are going to be changing things. We are going to have a different mindset. We are going to be vocal, and some way, somehow, we are going to achieve these goals, and we are gonna do great this year. How I will be recording my New Year's resolutions, my goals, and keeping track is my 2023 vision book that I am creating through GoodNotes. So this is the front cover, which has absolutely nothing on it because it's still a work in progress, but this is the front page that I did not create. It was just there on the app. Next is an overview of my goals. So I have goals for YouTube, health and fitness, nutrition and all that stuff, mental health, finances, and just miscellaneous goals, just random ones. And yeah, so the next page is my goals. I have written down all of my goals and how I will be able to achieve those goals, and tracking my goals and whatnot. And I know it's hard to see because all you see is the reflection of my window, but that is just what is going on and how I will be tracking everything. We are going to get into what these goals are for 2023. So the first category I wanted to touch base on is mental health, because mental health matters, and that is something that I think everybody needs to work on just in general. And so the main goal is to be more zen and to be more present, and how I'm going to do that is to be on my phone less. I always have my phone with me. It's literally like my sidekick. It's always with me. I can't go on life without it, and same with other people as well, but I need to be away from my phone. I don't always need my phone, but for some reason I always feel the need to respond to every text right away, though I have been getting better, but that is because I'm trying to keep myself busy. But just texting people, being on social media, having to be on YouTube all the time, I feel like I just don't really have a lot of me time. Or when I'm out with people at a restaurant, like, I don't need to be on my phone while waiting for our food to come. Like, you know, just having conversations and all that stuff, meaningful conversations, really with just like anyone, whether you be at a restaurant or you're just chilling at a friend's place or you're with your family. Just unplugging from the phone is key. So with that being said, I do want to unplug from my phone starting at 9 p.m. So I've actually changed the setting on my phone, and I put my phone, or my phone automatically goes to like sleep mode at like 8:30, so I won't be getting like any notifications after that. If you have an iPhone and you text me, you can see that my sleep or do not disturb thing is on, and that I might not get the notification, whatever. But 9 p.m. I want to unplug from my phone. I want to be in bed by 10 p.m. I want to be able to relax, get my body to just be zen right before I go to sleep. So with me being in bed by 10, I hope to be asleep by 11:30, but I just need my body to wind down before I actually fall asleep. I do have a really hard time falling asleep, though I do love my sleep. I do have a lot of trouble actually going to sleep. So hopefully with that hour and a half in bed before I actually go to sleep will help me fall asleep a little bit quicker versus me going to bed at 11 p.m. and just hoping that I will be sleeping in like 2 minutes. With the whole sleeping thing, I do want to get 7+ hours of sleep, which is why I want to be in bed by 10, hopefully be sleeping by like 11, just so I can get my full 7 hours of sleep. If I can be asleep before 11 o'clock, that will be like amazing. I will be in like the best mood ever. But because I don't actually get a lot of sleep, by the time I'm done work by like 3 p.m. and I'm home just before 4 o'clock, I'm so exhausted that I feel like I need to take a nap. And those 30-minute naps are never actually 30 minutes. It's always like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and to a point that I just cannot go to sleep at night, and I don't want to rely on melatonin to go to sleep. This next one is really important, and I think all of us are just very guilty of doing it. Like it just happens. But I want to try not to bring work stress home, but like some things are just so like unavoidable. Like if you have a bad day or something happens, like you stress about it all day because it happened or whatever. But you know, life goes on. So I want to somehow try to not bring work stress home, because I only get paid till 3 o'clock and I do not get paid to bring stress home. So why stress about work? I'll stress about work when I'm at work, but even then it's not worth it. So my next category is fitness and nutrition, which I have failed drastically last year to a point where it really did affect my health. And I will touch base on that in another video, but my fitness goal is to lose 10% of my body fat. And I know it sounds crazy. Again, I will explain in another video, but to lose that 10% of fat, I do want to do some sort of treadmill workout or some running 4 times a week, even on my rest days, so that will make it an active rest day, so I'm not just being a couch potato. But you know, even just getting 30 minutes of like a walk on a treadmill, like I'll take that for like my rest days where I feel like I'm too sore to do anything else. But basically some sort of cardio. I have done running in the past, so I do also want to get back on that once the weather starts to warm up a little bit. I also want to get back into strength training. I absolutely love strength training, so I want to incorporate that into my week 3 times a week. Imagine strength training, running some sort of treadmill like cardio workout can do for me. It will do wonders. I also want to get back into yoga. I was into yoga probably like 2 years ago, and I absolutely loved it. My body clearly loved it, and it really got me to like a different level of strength. So yoga is something that I want to take up again. I also want to make sure that I get at least a minimum of 10,000 steps daily, which is very much achievable if I'm doing some sort of treadmill exercise or if I'm running. And if not, there's obviously other things that I could do. Even just like doing chores around the house will get me some steps in, but 10,000 steps daily is what I want to do. And to make sure that I'm doing all of this, I do want to track my workouts, which is something that I am doing. I also have like a monthly like tracker. I created my own calendar and I'm tracking down every single workout that I'm doing. And I also do have a fitness account on Instagram as well. It's for my own personal use. So like I do have people, or I should say friends, that do follow me, which in some sense like holds me accountable, but it's mainly for myself, and it's just a mumbo jumbo of like photos that I can just look back on. My nutrition goal is to control my binge eating. I don't want to say that I have like a binge eating problem, but like I kind of do. So to control my binge eating, I'm obviously gonna have to eat in portion, which is doable. It is doable, but it's the whole binge eating snacks that is hard for me to control. So with me trying to control my binge eating, I am going to continue to buy snack size snacks. So instead of buying large bags of chips, I'm just going to buy those packs of chips that have like these small like portion chips that have like less than 10 chips in it, just so once that tiny bag of chips is done, I know that is absolutely it, versus, you know, buying a large bag and just like continuously eating and then realizing that I ate the whole entire bag. So just buying snack size snacks. I also do want to stop eating by 8 p.m. so then my digestive system is able to do its thing right before I go to sleep. And to control my binge eating, I do want to drink 150 ounces of water daily. Now, something that I've learned was that a lot of us can mistaken our thirst for hunger, or whatever it is. It's something like along those lines. Like sometimes we think that we're hungry, but really we're actually like thirsty, and so we can get those two like mixed up. So I do want to drink 150 ounces of water, which is doable because I love water. Water is my favorite drink. And when I told somebody that, they called me boring. So you may have noticed that I did not include like any sort of like vegetables, fruits, or like proteins into my nutrition goal. And that is because I eat enough fruits and vegetables and proteins, especially vegetables, because I absolutely love my vegetables. People think it's really weird that I can just like eat spinach just as it is, like baby spinach as it is, without like any dressing, or I can eat like lettuce without dressing, or my bell peppers. Like I can just binge on that because I crave the crunchiness. So that is not a problem for me. The next category is YouTube. So I feel like with this, it's very similar to every other YouTuber, whether you're a micro influencer or this like big YouTube sensation. I feel like the goals are the same. So more subscribers, obviously. The minimum is 3K for this year. The more the merrier. It doesn't have to be 3K, but that's just the minimum. I also do want to start doing paid sponsorships versus like free collaborations. So with this, I've already secured my first paid sponsorship, so I'm really excited for that, and I do want to continue with that. I don't really want to do any more free collaborations just because I get free products. But you know, it's my time, my creativity. I feel like I should be paid for it. And to continue my success in YouTube, I really need to get back on creating a list of my video ideas, because that is when I was the most successful. And last year in 2022, I did not create a list, and I was just kind of going with the flow, doing vlogs and whatnot. But I feel like I can do so much better with, you know, a list of, you know, videos, and, you know, kind of have an idea of what I want to do with my channel. And lastly, I want to continue to connect with other content creators, and I mean, why not make more friends on social media and with people who you can connect with and vibe with online. And last is finances. Obviously the goal is to save, but of course you also need to remember you need to have fun with life, so it's not just saving. But this year is all about my wedding and the priorities for my wedding, so a lot of my money is going towards that. So I need to remember to control what I am spending, so I do not need to buy during a sale just because there's a sale. I need to remember that I need to use what I have and not stock up on the things that I already have, and to only eat out 2 to 3 times a month versus 2 to 3 times a week, whether it be going to a restaurant or just getting fast food. And also just reducing my living expenses, so that includes, like, you know, my utility use, which obviously I think we can all figure out how we can save, you know, money on electricity, but also transportation as well. I need to stop using Ubers because I've used almost $500 worth of Ubers, and I could just be taking public transportation, even though it makes me cringe. And also groceries, we need to learn how to stick to a grocery list versus just grabbing whatever we feel like we need and want off of the shelves, but just sticking to the list so we do not waste food. And lastly, we have miscellaneous goals. They're just really random, but I have taken control of allergens. So I have a lot of allergies, but there are ways to control it, which is stop scratching my upper lip. When I scratch my upper lip, I open up my skin to all these allergens, and it just makes things obviously worse than what it is. I need to stop exploring skincare products because I know it works for me, but I always just want to try out new things. But I am wasting a lot of money trying out new skincare products often, but also my skin just goes crazy when I try out new products, even though I know it works for me. I also want to embrace my natural hair, which is not straight. My natural hair is wavy. It's pretty frizzy, but there's just ways that I can control my waves to a point where I can actually embrace my natural hair. And also because we're getting older and our hair is thinning and like falling out, so I need to start embracing my natural hair to save my hair. Lastly, I want to try cooking new dishes once a month, and I say that once a month because I hate cooking and I hate the mess that it comes with. I am the type of person who just goes for like simple dishes, but I do want to explore and try cooking new dishes and just, you know, having a little bit more fun with cooking. And maybe eventually I'll like cooking, but I highly doubt it. So there you guys have it. That was my New Year's resolutions and goals for 2023. I hope you guys had a great start to your year, and I wish you guys the best, and we will see you in the next one. Bye guys.